Arturo Dark Knight. He's one of our best listeners.
Oh, UV.
Okay.
UV? Did you just say UV?
Why is there a chicken in my parking lot?
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another RC Wednesday night stream, the longest running live stream in the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes community. I'm your host, Ranger J1999, part of the RC crew, and welcome on this hump day to another live stream where we're here to break down all the latest in news and notes from the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes community and universe and give you a little bit of insight of what it all means. And in the meantime, have as much fun as humanly possible. Say hello in chat, whip out your pickles, get it going, get the hype going. You can donate. We got YouTube, Twitch. You can donate all kind of fun bits and stuff and have a blast doing it. Phil Vader's Cup of Plenty is what we do here. We're here to have fun. Joining me on this epic adventure, we've got Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman, the Troll Extraordinaire.
I can't believe you kept a straight face when you said news and notes in the community.
I know, right? Because there is no news and notes. Also join us. We've got from down there in Texas. We got that government Wi-Fi stealer, the brown Gandalf, the beerless one, the government Wi-Fi stealer, the chicken chaser, the French tickler, the big deal himself, Grande, Big Hat McGraw Patron.
Yeah!
Oh my effing God, Grande! You just blew everyone's ears with that. Jesus Christ! I have hearing loss and my ears are ringing. In fact,
Hi, Ranger. How are you?
Turn your volume down a little bit. In fact, good Lord.
How has your day been?
What? I can't hear you.
Bueller.
Oh,
Bueller.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Porg in a cup. It's a porg in a cup.
Dr. Feelgood just cheered 75 bits after that horrendous eardrumming we just took from old Grande there. Thanks, Grande. We are all more hearing impaired now that you've joined the stream. We just got a $2 donation for Mimatsu, plus one for Rangers Devil Horns. Choo choo. There you go. And then also join us collecting the questions, following us in Nightbot. Make sure you guys all stay in line. Is Mr. Gingivitis himself, the Ginger Ninja Assassin, Sanely Red?
Hey everybody.
How's it going, Solus One?
It's going good.
Yeah, up there in that frozen North Tundra there, Minnesota, eh?
Yeah, it's really cold.
Yeah, I don't know.
You said it's just a tip, and I gotta carry this thing around for 9 months.
XO68 cheer. XO68 X125.
Yeah, we just had a bunch of people.
Thank you for the 125 bits, XO.
Yeah, just got the tip in my ear blasted. So there we go. So there you go. So that's the fun stuff you can do. Super chat, bits, all the fun stuff. It comes through with sound bites and animations and all the fun stuff that you boys and girls out there like to see. So there you go. You can rickroll us. You can do all kinds of stuff. So, all right. So that being said, make sure you stop what you're doing if you're watching this live. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. That does help out the channel tremendously. Maybe you'd like to become a sponsor on YouTube, or maybe you want to become a subscriber on Twitch. I don't know. It's whatever you want to do. It's your world. You can do anything you want. That being said, let's get into it. Finn, we like to shout out all the boys and girls out there in TV land, and we usually have a shout out word of the day. What is our shout out word of the day?
So our shout out word of the day comes from our VIP pre-stream. So if you guys aren't a VIP, you should consider it, because we have all kinds of asinine conversations in our pre-stream. And so our shout out word of the day is squirt. SQUIRT squirt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
And
the word
if
of the
you
day.
don't know why it's squirt, you
Ask
have
the
to be there.
VIPs. Yeah, ask the VIPs. Mm-hmm.
So there you
Well,
go.
I only had one baby. He said the next time it'd be just the tip.
If you think it might have something to do with me, you're probably right.
We ended up with 2 babies.
Thank you, XO.
XO68 cheered. X126.
I appreciate it, XO.
Ring,
XO69, I mean XO68, I think we owe you one.
Jesus. Oh, God.
Thank you, Kitty Yoda, for the 77 bits.
They're coming in hot and heavy. We're going to have all kinds of sound bites and stuff falling from the air, breakfast cereals and orangutans and all that good jazz. So there you go. Go ahead and put your word of the day, squirt. Just put it in. That's all you need to know. We also have a Twitter question of the day. Finn, what is our Twitter question of the day?
So the Twitter question also comes from the VIP stream. See, you guys are missing a lot if you guys aren't in the VIP stream.
Yeah.
So the Twitter question of the day is, what is a question you wish CG would actually answer on their dumb Q&A?
Mm-hmm.
And we will read the best answers today. If you guys haven't gone, head to our Twitter page. It's twitter.com/realityskewedgamers. It's linked down below, and it's Reality Skewed Gamers with no vowels in the skewed and gamers. So it's Reality SKWD GMRS. Again, it's linked down in the description. So either way, type it, click on the link, whichever way is easier for you. Head over to our Twitter page and answer les questions.
The question. Yep. So get that in, and we'll cover those here in a little bit. Also, we'll be answering questions. So if you have questions that you want to pose to us, all you need to do is put those into the chat. Make sure you put question in front of your statement. That's how we scoop it up using Nightbot. So it helps us to help you, help us help you. So make sure you help Stanley get those questions in order. Make sure you put question in front of your statement. If you don't, it's not going to scoop it up, and we won't actually get to your question. So there you go. All right. That being said, Jesus. What's next, Finn? Not a lot news stuff.
I mean, it is the news. So the only real thing from the news.
Let me do the breaking news.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we gotta do that. No news.
There is, but it's not a lot.
It's not.
So the only thing that
It'd be
happened between
nice.
last week and this week is the Q&A. And really from the Q&A, we only got one. Well, I should say we got 2 pieces of information that I think are newsworthy. First one, we already kind of suspected it. There is a new Poe coming to the game.
Shocking.
So we can all expect a Resistance hero. Poe, more likely than not, is probably what it's going to be called.
Since it's Poe 2, can we call it Popo?
I'm gonna put you on a timeout, man.
You know the sad part, though, Grande, you probably already nicknamed it before it came out.
Yeah. So there you go.
We're probably going to call it Popo. You know what? I'm saying it right now, Grande. I like it. We're going to call it Popo.
Popo.
The regular one is Poe,
Mm-hmm.
and then Resistance Hero Poe is going to be Popo.
Popo.
It's done.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
I will not be calling it.
So there we go. So Popo is going to be coming out sometime. So there is going to be a new Popo. And so that was one news.
You got to be careful. The Popo might get you.
The other part, though, that's a little bit more unfortunate from the Q&A is that they are not in the near future planning an increase in the mod cap.
No.
And
Man, I mean, come on. Now, you know, I sell mods every day.
Mhm.
Every day I sell mods.
I don't think they don't play the game enough to understand it, Grande. We've already discussed that, right? They don't play the game enough. If you're not prioritizing an increase in the mod cap and you're playing this game, I don't know what you're doing if you're trying to be competitive. Because the mod cap right now is the worst thing to the game, more so than anything else.
You know
right
how
now.
close it's been that I've sold. You know, there are mods that, depending on what the character comes out with, would be super good. You don't need speed, but you've already sold the best mod for that character because you didn't have room for it in your inventory.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, literally, our mod inventory is growing at a rate of 6 spots per character released. That's it. And I shouldn't say character release, is character unlock.
You know,
You have to unlock the character. So if you haven't unlocked gas, you're not getting those 6 spots either.
We were
right?
having this discussion in guild chat earlier. The discussion in guild chat was about, hey, should I level up this non-speed arrow that's it's a C mod and it's showing 16 speed, and they're like, you should do it, and I'm like, if it leveled to 29, who would I put it on? Seriously.
There's several I would put it on, Grande. That's like a holy grail mod right there.
You know what I'm saying, though, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Well, arrow mods with speed secondary are awesome. Those are the ones
I don't disagree,
right
but
now.
it's but I mean, it's few and far between, right? I mean, it's few and far between.
I would find a lot of use for that mod. Send it over to me. That'd be...
All right, so that was.
But yeah, it's funny. Chad is mentioning Chewy said they don't care about players QOL. So something, if you guys weren't paying attention to the live forum post. Again, I hate this whole live thing. It makes no sense. Chrome actually posted that they took away from their lunch break in order to answer these questions, which makes no sense, because give them the questions the day before and then they can still eat their lunch. Like, I don't understand the stupidity of that. But that being said, even
they had a freaking month off. Suck it up and order in, guys. I mean, last time I checked, Jason's Deli delivers, man.
They took from their lunch break in order to answer questions. So just remember that, guys.
Aren't there like 52 apps on your phone where you can get like a helper or something to deliver you some freaking food, man?
Grande, turn down your volume.
Sorry, I apologize.
But the other thing too is in the Q&A, they actually started out with a segment called Quality of Life. They had so many questions in quality of life that they literally removed it. They had 0 questions in the quality of life section.
Well, we got more art questions.
And then removed it. So if you went back and read it afterwards, you wouldn't have even known that they had a category called quality of life, and they just straight up removed it. Now, at least maybe to some extent, I'll give them a slight pass, because they did answer some of like the quality of life questions in some of the other sections. But do you know how bad it would have looked in quality of life if they have nothing quality of life coming, and the only stuff in quality of life is, we're not going to do a mod cap increase. It's like, really? That's what we have in quality of life. We go to the quality of life to see, okay, what's the quality of life updates coming to Galaxy of Heroes? No mod cap. No relic abilities is coming right now. TB and TW are going to stay the way they are. Just like there's nothing coming to quality of life, really. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, we had a nice big hefty section again in art. I have nothing against Raging Spaniard, but they need to stop the art.
And let's make sure no one forgets their lunch break. I mean, come on. There's a couple important things. We want to make sure everybody gets their lunch break in.
Oh, yeah, the challenge tiers. Oh, we may get those. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. So.
We don't celebrate Christmas, but here's some damn holiday. You know how much that pissed me off?
They're not giving you holiday packs either. You have to buy them.
They're selling them to you. Mm-hmm. No, Mike is not retired. He's in the guild I'm in currently.
So
he's just not on stream as much anymore. I mean, everything is an ebb and flow. Right now he's ebbing instead of flowing.
I'm just gonna leave that alone.
So that was pretty much it from this last week.
Yeah, so not much to report on. I mean, we just don't have anything to report on. But we did do a live... Where are we going to next, Finn? Do we want to do the Sven thing?
Maybe I should look at the agenda.
Yeah, let's do the Sven thing.
All right, so
if you guys haven't seen it, when the live Q&A happens, because it is the most ridiculous thing to call live ever, right? And just to make a reference here, I don't know if you watched it, Grande. So you would think, right, even with the way they do it, right? They would edit the post and then put in the questions underneath, right? And just answer the questions as you go along, right? That would seem to make the most sense with what they're doing, right?
If we were going to do a Reddit AMA, that's probably how we would do it too. If we'd ask for questions from the community, we'd throw all the questions up and then we'd stick the answers in as we, Ranger and you and I and McVenom and Sanely and Loki'd be talking about them. And then you'd type it up and stick it in each section as we went along.
Crum actually went back in the middle of the Q&A, went back to another question and added a response a few times. He literally went back to another question and added it. So unless you were paying attention to it the entire time, you would not have known that there was another response that came in on a previous question.
Science.
Awkward moments, man.
Like
right.
I was figuring it out because I was staring at those questions as we were trying to collect them for our Q&A. But it's ridiculous. They're not even doing like the live Q&A correctly. There's no way for anyone to follow it live. But that being said, you guys want an RSG AMA? We can bring out CG Fedora Hat. He's on standby in case you guys want to. But so we do the Q&A actually doing it.
Yeah.
So we actually read the questions as the devs. And it appears to be one of your favorites. And I still kind of like Miller. CG Miller may be my favorite. But CG Sven seems to have a lot of fun. And we figured out the last time we did the Q&A, one of the funniest things is to read closed captioning when CG Sven is talking. So we are going to show you guys a segment from CG Sven from our live Q&A as we watch the closed captioning on that section. So Ranger, take it away.
All right, everybody mute.
Studios, because we know who you guys want to see. It is good old CG Sven. Let's go ahead and send it back to Crumb and CG Sven.
All right. Bark, bark, bark. All right. Do you want to wish everyone a Happy New Year, Sven?
Happy New Year in 2020.
All right, Sven. We have a couple of questions for you if you're ready.
Oh, Gergen Fergus,
Okay, so the first question. Has there been any work on a completely new game mode, something akin to a blitz mode, something playable daily, that you can use your whole roster, scales with the team being used, with rewards going up a certain amount of wins and capping out after X amount of wins, but is still playable after that for little to no reward?
Oh, that's a good question, Orson. I'm glad to see no any interest in this. Orson, we are working on the new systems, which you can accumulate in a multiple game of modern. Key goals and out initiatives including giving players something challenging to do every day in the galaxy of the heroes. Is it too early to go into the details? Beyond the goals that we are pushing this on the foundation level, rather than trying to slap a new UI on something you've done already. Rest assured that we are working on a new game hood, and as soon as I share the details on the wheel.
All right, and for those of you that want to know what he said, I'm glad to see you're interested in this.
I sure did.
We're working on new systems, which should culminate in multiple new game modes. Key goals of that initiative include giving players something challenging to do every day in Galaxy of Heroes. It's too early to go into any details beyond the goals, and that we are approaching this from a foundational level rather than trying to slap a new UI on something you've already done. Rest assured that we are working on new game modes, and as soon as I can share details, I will. Oh, yeah. All right. Next question for you, Sven. For experienced players who purchased the Hyperdrive pack, many of the quests were reset. Will this now prevent me from obtaining Vader's first title? Will any corrections be made for this?
What? Is your father? Is it his first? We're actively investigating why this is already happening. How to preventing it from happening in the future? And how to correct the incorrect question? States may players find themselves to be in addition to any missed opportunity. Ultimately, the Hyperdrive bundle should only facilitate updating titles and content into the general. There is not a bunch of checking to make certain this is handled that this is impossible, so the outcome will be achieved on the time rather than 100%. Okay? No, that's a good way, that's so.
It was clear to me, but let's make sure it's clear to everyone else. Sven said that we are actively investigating why this is happening, how to prevent it from happening in the future, and how to correct incorrect quest states players may find themselves to be in addition to many missed opportunities. Ultimately, the Hyperdrive bundle should only facilitate obtaining titles and content in general. There are a lot of points to check to make sure that this is handled in the best way possible, so the outcome will be achieved over time rather than in one update. All right. So thank you very much, CG Sven. Can we now speak to CG Miller? We had a question for CG Miller.
Hey, what the hell? Harry Carey here. Who the hell summoned me again? I was up there in heaven doing lines of cocaine with Rick James, and all of a sudden I'm back at this butthole Miller. Who did this? Is that you, Crumb? I swear to God, I'm going to come at you like Bruce Lee in Eye of the Dragon or something. Alright, there you go. Sorry, I was laughing too hard to change.
Oh my God. CG's Sven is so awesome.
I didn't see there's some more. Hold on, I'm looking for more Sven.
There is, but oh my God. So I'm glad that there's interest in losing. Interest in losing, working our way through gelatin. Hood disease deficiency.
That was insane, man.
All right, I got some more here.
I love CG Sven.
Let me do some more here. We got some more here. So here we go.
All right. Are you ready for some more questions, Ben? It sounds like you're excited. All right. So here's your first question. We just asked this of Viking and Raging Spaniard, so I want to ask you as well. What is the one thing you would like to improve within the game this year, and why?
I want the players to spend more time in the combat and making difficult choices and playing with the units. Making sure players of all ages have fun and challenging content to engage in and day is my new pursuit focus. And pursuing the goal, I want empowered teams to make better vocabulary content as effectively precisely as possible.
All right. And for those of you wanting to know what exactly he said, and I'll tell you guys right now, make sure that you keep your closed captioning on. This is a fun screen to read in closed captioning. All right. So, Sven said, I want players to spend more of their time in combat, making tactical choices and playing with their units. Sven, do you know what other people might interpret you telling people to play with their units mean? Mm-hmm. You mean it both ways?
Jogging the chicken.
There you go. All right. Making sure players of all ages have fun and challenging content to engage with every day is my number one focus. In pursuing that goal, I want to empower our teams to make better, more compelling content as efficiently and precisely as possible.
Oh, this is important. Yeah.
All right. Next question for you, Sven. We asked some of the other devs, but we want to ask you now.
Okay, dude.
Are there any future plans to expand the data available to officers in TBNTW?
Oh, yeah, what I do. A multitude of improvement that are good experiences are in the quality of the life of lesson. We are known to facilitating the majority of my guilds has cascading benefits for everyone, and will tackle the work as soon as possible then.
All right. And Sven said a multitude of improvements for guild experiences are in our quality of life list. We know that facilitating the management of guilds has cascading benefits for everyone, and we will tackle that as soon as possible. All right. Next question for you. In what ways will you help the free-to-play players in 2020?
The free-to-play? Is it free-to-play? Is it the free-to-play? Is it pardon? The journey guide was the first step in putting the basic content in front of all the players. Regardless of the spending level, in 2020, we want to create experience that are fully meaningful for all the players. Hopefully, there's an initiative empower everyone to play and compete in the compelling ways. Oh, that's a good question.
Okay, so Sven said the journey guide was the first step in putting our best content in front of all players, regardless of spend level. In 2020, we want to create experiences that are fun and meaningful for all players. Hopefully, this initiative empowers everyone to play and compete in compelling ways. And don't forget, we reset our accounts every couple weeks. So free to play at the high end. Yeah. So free to play at the high end. Yeah. This is what you get. Okay. Next question. Can something be done to correct the Grand Arena problem with player locking? I missed the third GA round because I was waiting until the last minute due to additional changes to tune.
Oh, this is a goodie one. We are working closely with the Zero engineers to explore new opportunities to change the cadence of the championship for the better player experience without decreasing stability for the game.
Okay, and Sven said we are working closely with the server engineers to explore the opportunities to change the cadence of championships for a better player experience without decreasing the stability of the game.
Bark, bark, bark.
Bork, 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 indeed, Sven. One last question for you before we send it back to the RHC studio.
I'm so loving.
Oh, there might be some more for you, don't worry.
Oh,
Okay. In your last Q&A, you stated that there is a larger problem to addressing or fixing the mod cap in-game. Do you have plans for this year to fix or address the larger problem to allow for a larger mod cap, or do you intend to leave it as is and continue to frustrate players?
Frustrate the players is important. I'm a joke and here's your person. We don't have a scheduled plan to tackle the mod capping, but it's part of our planning and decisions. We experience this frustration point as we play too, and we want to find a solution. You are then the mutant.
You have to say first off that,
Crumb is in the mutant.
no, Crum was just not sure how to address what you said first.
It's just out your holding.
Which is, yeah, we have to frustrate the players. I think they heard that, Sven.
No,
I mean, it's not wrong, but we weren't supposed to say that part.
Oh, they said we weren't.
Yeah. Sven's a little too open and honest for his own good. Okay, so Sven also said we don't have scheduled plans to tackle the mod cap, but it is a part of our planning and discussions. We experience this frustration point as we play too and want to find a solution besides, resetting our account.
Resetting is part of the planning.
Oh, we have somebody in chat that's claiming the responsibility for that question. Revenator, how dare you ask us this question? We already answered this. You want to give a shout out to Revenator for asking that question?
He said a good boy. The question is a goodie.
There you go. All right, let's send it back to the RHD CLS studios and get back to Affinity and Ranger.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
God, Sven took us around the world. We went to England, Berlin, Brazil. It's just like, he's just taking us like everywhere. Those Brazilians really need to work on their imagination.
Oh my god.
And those damn MIDI cables. Those MIDI cables are a problem for everyone.
And apparently mutants are coming to the game.
In order to excel in Galaxy of Heroes, please make sure that you get a degree in geology.
Degree of geology. I love that one too. That was pretty hilarious. And I'm telling you, I think I met a girl in college named Big Mata. I don't know who she was, but she was big. She was large Mata was around the corner even.
So that was our live Q&A and the way that it closed caption. You know, one of my favorite parts that I'm reading that is when Sven is talking, YouTube literally captions it as music.
I know.
Music.
It's like Sven is talking, music. Like,
I wonder if they got like some $10 an hour employee like sitting in the Congo somewhere like, music. Somebody's in Nigeria, right? There's some Nigerian prince typing going, I don't know what this dude is saying, but music.
Oh my god.
All right. So do you guys want to have a conversation with CG Fedora Hat?
Not really, no.
Not really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Let's go ahead and do a commercial.
Okay.
And then we can do some of the shout outs.
Oh, we have to spin the wheel. So let me get the wheel up here. So let's see. So there's the wheel, and let's spin. Oh, there it goes. It's spinning. It's spinning. Holy crap! It's spinning. What are we gonna land on? Oh, I'm excited. Oh, what is it gonna be? And we land on Hoth couple. Okay, we haven't done that one in a while, so let's do that. So we'll do a commercial and then we'll be right back.
Veers and Snowtrooper, that's where you get your crit chance and your crit damage. So they're like this cute little couple, this Hoth couple.
Hoth couple.
There you go. There's the commercial. The Hoth couple. I can't get over Sven, some of the stuff that was in there. All right, what's next, Sven?
Well, should we go to shoutouts? Grande, are you ready?
Let's do shoutouts.
I was born ready.
All right.
Okay, so let's do this. Because Julie Andrews wants to do the chat shoutouts.
Okay.
So, Grande, why don't you do the Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube ones, and then we'll do a commercial and bring in Julie Andrews.
I got it. Okay, gold Patreons. Chaos 13, Chopper BZ, Contingent 33, Darth Teflon, Dr. Feelgood, Fling Monkey Poo, Guzza Buzza, Kalisin, Matthew M. Thomas, Maz Kanata, Minato Namikaze, Moss Mike, Indy Fox, Rose Taco, Shadow Val, Slash Van Rhodes, Spider, and Strum. Patreon shoutouts: Alux 12, Bimatsu, CBO 97, Chaos 13, Chopper BZ, Commander Skywalker, Contingent 33, Darth Teflon, Darth Bob, Devil's Treasure, Dobby, Doc Ravage, Dr. Feelgood, DSP, Fling Monkey Poo, Guzza Buzza, Hogzilla, Hennessy, It Poops Bombs, Jassabm, John Snow Awakens, JT Tip, Just a Bum, Kalishin, Kashmir, Matthew M. Thomas, Maz Kanado, Minato Namikaze, Manacort 72, Moss Mike, Indy Fox, Night War, Ouchie Dumpling, Posy, Ray Rock, Riverboy, Rose Taco, Revenator, Sanely Red, Shadow Val, Sith Lord, Slash Van Rhodes, Spaceman Tim, Spider, Strum, Suicide Squad, Teals, Walter Arnold, Utah. Twitch subs: Big Country Mag, CBO 97, Cronus, Doc Ravage, Dr. Feelgood, Dr. Gonzo Wallbanger, Gongar Krell, Grande Patron, Hogzilla, It Poops Bombs, Jedi Knight Ja, Justice Smug, Kalisan Roke, Kit Iota, Maz Kanata, Rooster J-Brock, Sanely Red, Scooby, Skywalker Vader, Slash Van Rhodes, Stormin Mormon V2, and Teals the Smurf. YouTube member shoutouts: Bad Rango, Bimatsu, Contingent 33, David McKinley, Devil's Treasure, Dexatronic, Dr. Feelgood, FCME, Gino, Guzza Buzza, I'm the Dad, Jacob Baxter, Jason Hommel, John Moran, Maya, Mark Guzza, Maz Kanata, Revenator, Sanely Red, Scooby, Shadow Val, Sean, Ragnar, the Red Kelly, Slash Van Rhodes, Steve Nichols, SWGOH Gretchen, Teals, T Money, Trez Revan, What Else 73, and Youngin.
Very good, Grande. You did very, very well. I think Tess McGuinness would be very proud of you.
I think you did a pretty good job.
All right, so let's do another commercial, and then we'll bring Julie Andrews to do all the shout-outs for all you wonderful folks watching us tonight live in the stream. So, let me see. I'm going to pick one, so let's do that. Everybody mute, and we'll get ready.
Rage in Galaxy of Heroes is a real thing. Doctors and scientists are looking into how this happens. Watch as we introduce Galaxy of Heroes into a children's show.
Hello, this is the Kermit the Frog, and I'm here today to offer you the first in a series of feedbacks about Darkside Territory battles. Before the Territory battle, people were happy, and right over here, this is a picture of a happy face. And you can tell that because the face is smiling. And we felt, well, that way because of the Territory War beta, and being able to test the war before release. And then all of a sudden, things got really because someone in management decided to be greedy. So management came and released Darkside Territory Battle. Now, that is not the kind of thing that makes you feel happy. That is the kind of thing that makes you feel mad. I think I better talk about being mad. Now, I get mad when companies release things they should. Like when management releases incompetent code for money. You can tell I'm mad by the type of things I say to management.
Froggy!
And furthermore, I'm gonna the mother of...
So don't fight SWGOH rage alone. Call your neighborhood support group and get help today.
There you go. Another commercial for you guys. We're having fun tonight. All right, so we're going to have Miss Julie Andrews read off the names. Is Miss Julie Andrews there? Miss Julie Andrews.
Are you ready?
Julia Child, we are so glad you're able to join us tonight.
Julie Andrews.
That is insulting to my name, Grande. My name is Julie Andrews. You better say it right or I'm going to smack you upside the head.
Julia Roberts, I'm so sorry. I apologize.
Grande, now you are making me mad. Okay. Hello, everybody. This is Julie Andrews. And I'm going to do the chat shout-out. Here we go. The first name is Aparingo. Second one is B. Masu. Then we got Bones Jones, Briarius Aegon, CBO97. I don't like all of these with numbers. We got to get rid of all of these numbers. Then we got Chewy, Contingent 33, D. Perks, Darth Vader 87, Deadpool Kyle. I thought Deadpool itself. Who is this Deadpool Kyle?
Big screen. Put that big on the
Then we got Dobby 6506. We got more numbers.
You gotta full screen that.
I don't know why we have more numbers. We need to stop with all of these numbers. What is going on? I don't see what is so funny about it. This is why girls do not get on camera. You know, just laugh the entire time. It's like giggling is not appropriate. Okay, then we got Dr. Feelgood, Dr. Buck Fu, EXO or XO, however he wants to say it. Some people like letters, some people like numbers. I don't know what is going on here. Gavin Mothma, Grande Verga, Grande Patron, who's going to get smacked upside his head if he does not call me Julie Andrews, Han Cholo, Hellenic SWGOH, Jason Hobby, Jason Hummel, Jive Ass Turkey. I think he spelled that incorrectly, but that's okay. John Moran,
This next one is nothing but symbols, but it looks like Lord Megatron. It is hard to make it out. There's a 3 and a 4, more numbers and weird letters everywhere. We got Maz Kanata, Ouchie Dumpling, Ray Rock, Raider Nation, Raza 972, Ronin's Eye, Rooster, RSG Vormax, Scooby, Skywalker Vader. I heard you call him the other day Shadow Walker, Grande. How do you get from Skywalker to Shadow Walker? It doesn't make it. There's more letters in Shadow. Shadow Walker would be harder to say, yet you said Shadow Walker instead of Skywalker. It's not that hard. Skywalker Vader. Then we got Slash Van Rhodes, Stings, Suicide Squad, Takedown. I'm not saying that full name. Make your name shorter. I'm just going to call you Takedown Games. The Honkler, Torin Jax, Walter Arnold, What Else 73, Utah, and DJ. That is everybody for the shout-outs. Okay, let me get Finity back on here because Grande is snickering the entire time and it is very hard and distracting to read that way.
I'm sorry, Julie.
I'm dying over here.
I'm gonna die.
I mean, that was insane.
Oh, God.
That was insane.
I'm gonna die.
Sorry, Julie left now. Apparently, Grande.
She didn't.
Grande pissed her off, apparently.
Oh, God.
That was amazing.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
I don't know if I could sleep in the same room with Finn now. in April.
Oh, shit.
Hi.
Hi. Thanks. Thank you. Minto Namikaze, Dr. Feelgood, and Pudding Tank for all. Yeah. That was insane. I didn't realize Julie was so hot, man.
I won't do the stream. I'm done.
that was epic, dude.
Oh my God.
I told you I had a surprise for you.
I love it.
Julie wanted to be on stream. What can I say?
I love it.
Oh, God.
Okay, so we got 3 donations. Dr. Feelgood donated $1.99. WTF. And Minato Namikaze donated $2. Can CG Viking comment on what just happened?
Not right now.
And then Pudding Tang 2 donated $20. $20 for the hot chick. Wowza.
Oh my God.
Oh man. I don't think I can unsee that.
Don't you feel bad now for calling her Julia Childs and Julia Roberts?
And then you're like, boom!
Now you have to look her in the eye.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Tell Julie I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay, I will.
I didn't mean to make her upset.
Oh my God.
I tip my hat. I'm going to tell you right now, I tip my hat to Julie.
Oh God.
Hey.
What are we doing? I don't know.
I don't know what we're
We
doing,
have
but
Twitter questions.
I literally couldn't breathe for like a minute, man. I couldn't breathe for like a minute. I had to drink some water, too.
God, Jesus Christ. Oh, for God's sakes. All right.
Okay.
All right, shithead. What's next?
So that happened.
We have Twitter responses.
Yeah, let's do that. We should have Julie. We should bring her back.
I mean, Julie makes freaking CG spin. That's like a whole nother level.
Oh, Jesus. All right, let's get to the Twitter.
I was reading the questions, and the questions are ridiculous. Okay, so you guys can still head to our Twitter page. So twitter.com/realityskewedgamers with no vowels in the skewed in gamers. So reality SKWD GMRS.
Dude. That's funny, bro.
Pimaste just said best laugh since butt talk.
I agree.
Okay, so again, reality skewed gamers, no vowels in the skewed in gamers. So reality SKWD GMRS. And the Twitter question was, what is a question you wish CG would actually answer on their dumb Q&A? So first response, who's going to be grading this?
I'll grade it.
Okay. So the first
I
one.
can't do anything right now. I'm barely holding it together. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, my sides hurt.
That was epic, dude.
God.
So
That was
CG,
epic, dude. We need the whole RSG crew with filters for a segment.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we probably do. It pudding thing too. Can you imagine if we all had filters? I don't even know what my filter would be. I don't have a filter. That's why I'm here.
All right, let's get to the Twitter. Let's get to the Twitter.
Okay.
all right. So first response says, the Industrial Revolution changed the face of the modern novel forever. Discuss citing examples.
This reminds me of a story of a puppy who lost his way.
Oh my God.
The $2 from Utah says, agree, all RSG like that new Angel stream. Grandetta Patron from Silverboat.
Oh my God. I'm gonna die.
Next question. Next one says, I'll gladly give CG some of my money if I felt like I was a valued customer. Customer service may come first. My answer this evening isn't funny or witty. I just like them to be honest, accept responsibility for the mistakes and bugs, own up to the issues, and present a clear, honest, and plan with timeframes for the community on how to fix those.
Very nice. Oh, and we just had another
agree.
donation from Fourth of Gog. He says, Miss Monk, in all cats, Miss McGrande filter, Miss McGrande filter. Jesus.
That's touche.
Silverbolt doesn't think he can handle Grande Patrol.
No.
Grandetta Patrol. The Patrol. That would be pretty difficult.
Yeah. I'm done. I don't even want to do anymore. All right, next.
Oh, I have a lot of stupidity in my head, Kevin.
Yeah.
We're going to be bringing out more stupidity. Don't worry. I have a lot of plans. Okay. Next one.
You got to warn us, Finity. I wasn't even warned about that.
I had no idea about it either.
There was no warning, no nothing. It was just.
There's no fun with that if I gave you a warning.
Yeah.
McDenon saw it earlier because I know she's not going to
stopped for a minute. I mean, it stopped. And I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know whether I was like swing or I was like, oh no.
There was someone who
only had one baby. He said the next time it'd be just dip and live. We ended up with two babies.
XSWGOH cheered. X126.
Thanks for the bits, XO.
Thank you, XO. I can't remember who it was. Somebody put in comment, I don't know if I'm supposed to be aroused or vomit. Oh, JLY.
Yeah.
Should I vomit or be aroused? I'm so confused.
Oh my God. All right, let's get the next Twitter one.
All right. Next one responded with an Arnold gif. Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Dang.
I like that one. We're going to play a little game. It's called Who's Your Daddy and What Does He Do with CG?
Next one. how much of the money how much of the money they make from SWGOH is used on development of their game as opposed to content for SWGOH, which is making them all of their money?
I don't even know.
I mean, it feels like most of it is going into their new game, right?
Yeah, it does.
I mean,
it just feels like
man. It's going somewhere. I mean, when you can't talk to the community for a week, there's a problem.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then next one, did you hear about that player named Warrior who quit the game recently? It might have been kind of a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is kind of. You know, he and I share a birthday. I like that guy.
Yeah. So, all right, Grande, which one did you like the most?
I mean, the one about Warrior was nice, but I think I'm going to have to go with Who's Your Daddy? What does he do?
It was the big winner.
That one was good old Stanley Red.
Good job.
There he is.
Daddy, and what does he do?
What does he do? My dad's a gynecologist, and he looks at vaginas all day long. All right.
All right, let's go to I think we're ready for questions now, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. It'll be a shortened stream, guys, and that's just because we'll get to your questions, but I mean...
We'll answer as many questions as you guys have for a while.
We'll get to all the questions, but I mean, there's just nothing to report on, so yeah. So it's fine.
There is actually, there is one thing, and I'll do that as kind of my own little mea culpa here. They did fix the issue with the shards. So they said they fixed it where you should be getting your watch shards and whatnot, and they still are working on a plan to get people their shards back if they missed it. But at least they fixed it. I thought it was going to take a lot longer than this. Yeah, that's true. So I will give them a shout out for fixing that here right after the holidays. So
okay.
There was that piece of news that came in.
They actually gave us all that stuff? They actually fixed those people that were missing all the shards?
No. They still haven't. They have to work on a plan to compensate the people that missed it, but they said they found the bug that caused the issue that they weren't getting it. So moving forward, everyone should get their shards, which is kind of important. So
there you go.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to questions here.
I got the questions.
Yeah, Stanley's got
you have the questions? Oh yeah. I forgot, Stanley. You're making my life easier. Okay.
Stanley's here.
Yep, Stanley's on it. All right, Stanley.
RSG Vormax question: how long before CG releases news? Any news, even bad news? Because I'm getting bored. The game is frozen in carbonite at the moment.
I think tomorrow. We're gonna get info about Poe.
Hope so.
I want to talk about something at the end though for theory crafting. We'll go through some questions, right? But one thing I do want to do is theory craft a little bit about the resistance, looking at the fin. So let's do some questions, and then I think we can talk about that a little bit.
Apparingo question: where the hell is CG and the next money grab shit?
Yeah, we just did that.
You know what? Let's talk about it now. That's like a perfect lead into the question. So we'll kind of have just a group discussion here. And Saintly, you might be able to chime in too. Around the corn. And Saintly, you can chime in too. I know you don't necessarily play, but you've seen the movie, right?
Yeah, of course I've seen the movie.
Okay. So that'll probably give us some idea here. So if we look at the Resistance hero Finn character, there are some abilities that he has that makes it obvious that there's definitely going to be synergy between this like Resistance hero Finn and possibly 4 other Resistance characters. And the reason for the 4 other Resistance is because in particular his special ability that gives Inspired. And Inspired is something that Resistance characters gain bonuses for, and they all should get something like that. And Finn has something with his unique that also gives Inspired, right? So the Inspired part of this is going to be pretty interesting, I think.
Right back.
And we have the potential of a Resistance hero Poe, right, coming to the game. And so let's just start there. Grande, if we're looking at a Resistance hero Poe, right, what kind of character do you think he'll be in terms of like class? Like, do you think he'll be a tank again? Do you think they'll make him more of an attacker based on what he was in the movie?
I think he should be an attacker at this point. I mean, he really never really should have been a tank, right? He should have been a new Chewie should be the tank. So
You really want another Chewie? We already have veteran smuggler Chewie. You think there's going to be another Chewie too?
I'm just, I mean, is Chewie different now than he was when we first saw him 3 years ago? Probably, right? Or 4 years ago at this point. I think Poe should be a pretty serious attacker.
What do you think, Sanely?
Probably either attacker or support. I don't see him as a tank based off of what we saw from the movie.
No, I agree. It's definitely not tank.
I hope he's not a tank, but I have a feeling they're going to make him a tank again for whatever reason. Because he's always the one that seems to be like causing the distraction with his X-Wing and like taking the brunt of everything. He feels not necessarily like an actual tank like we would think of it, but character personality wise, I can kind of see him in that tank role where he's like the main distraction. He's the one trying to take the brunt of everything on himself.
And they're probably going to make him a leader. I mean, they'd be pretty stupid not to. I mean, because he literally...
He should have a good leader at this point. Great point. He's more of a leader than anyone else at this point.
Right. I mean, after Leia died, he led the resistance.
Right.
Yeah. I agree. But then, so that gets us to the next character that I think we know is going to be part of this team. That's the new Rey.
Absolutely.
Will the new Rey end up being we haven't had any special character like to that level, right? That is not a leader except for Malik, right? Is Malik the only legendary hero journey, like whatever you consider the Malik and the gas event stuff? Is Malik the only one without a leader ability? I'm trying to think of all of them that we did. I think he's the only one without a leader ability.
BB-8 doesn't have one, but that's slightly different.
Oh, that's true. No, that's fair. BB-8 does not have one either. You're right. So, do you think Rey might be the first character of that level that may not have a leader ability?
Like
that
two
forces
Zeta, like a Zeta basic, 2 Zeta specials, and a Zeta unique or something? Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, Minato makes a good point too. R2. Yes, the droids and 3PO. Yeah, the droids don't. 3PO, R2, and BB-8, and then Malik doesn't.
And Chewie didn't have a leader.
That's right. Chewie didn't either. Okay, so we have a few. So then it wouldn't be unheard of, right? That this new Rey may not have a leader ability, and the leader ability may actually be Poe.
I feel like Poe is a better leader. Like, as a person in the movie.
Would you have thought that, though, in the first 2 movies, too, compared to Rey?
Rey was just kind of hanging out, like, learning how to be a Jedi. And, like, every once in a while, doing some really OP attacker moves, right? But she doesn't really seem like she's a leader, like the de facto leader.
But she was in game, right? Like, if we look at the Resistance character, she was the best leader.
Without a doubt, she is in game. I mean, Scav Rey is not the leader, which makes sense.
Right. Scav Rey definitely is not, but Jedi Training Rey kind of is. It'll be interesting. I'm kind of curious if the new Rey may just be lacking a leader ability. And potentially...
I wouldn't give her a leader ability. I'd put the leader ability in Poe.
I would actually make her potentially double synergize, right? And not immediately, but I think... I don't know if you have this theory too, Grande, that the new Rey and the new Kylo may synergize together under a new Palpatine, and that Palpatine may be the leader.
Well, or here's the deal: why can't we have the new Kylo and the new Rey synergize with each other, and you put another 3 characters with her? Either you put you put them on a First Order team, or you put them on a Resistance team.
Yeah, I mean that could definitely work. I still think there's a new Palpatine coming, but maybe that's just the Palpatine fanboy in me. But I really hope there's a new
Robo-arm Palpatine.
I mean, technically, you could get Supreme Leader Kylo and also Ben Solo as 2 separate characters.
7-finger Palpatine.
Well, so they did. That was one of the things in the Q&A, that there is going to be no Ben Solo. They did confirm that in the Q&A. So Ben Solo may come, but maybe later down the line in terms of the SWGOH timeline. So I think Supreme Leader Kylo is more likely.
I mean, we're looking at his mask already. I mean, if his mask is what he is.
Yeah, it's the red red outline for the reforging. Yeah. So those are the characters we know right now for the Resistance, right? And what do you think for both Poe? So Finn with his inspired, right? So when he has inspired, he gains 100%, or all Resistance allies when he has inspired gains 100% counter chance, 50% defense, and 50% tenacity. What do you think the inspired abilities, if they have it, right? We're guessing that inspired is going to be on all of it, but what do you think Poe may have?
I think it's going to be all offensive type things. If they have inspired, they get offense, crit damage, crit chance.
With Poe or with Rey? Because we have those two now that we're trying to think about.
You know, we could do potency. We could do potency and crit damage and crit chance, and then with Rey, we could do offense and something else. Offense and accuracy and something else, right? I mean, it's going to be some kind of version like that.
Yeah. I mean, I can see the Rey team with inspired becoming really OP, depending on what kind of bonuses and stuff you get, because you're already getting like 100% counter chance with Finn getting inspired. If Poe, for example, has a leader ability that gives people inspired off of the start, that would make them super powerful right off the bat. So it's curious how they're going to put this together. But that being said, now we have 3 characters that we've named so far. We have Rey, we have Poe, we have Finn. Grande mentioned a new Chewie, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. It'd be kind of curious if they do introduce a new Chewie. And that Chewie maybe with a new Lando, right? Then piloting a new Millennium Falcon. What would you think of that, Sanely? We got a new Chewie. We got a old Lando. We'll call him veteran smuggler or veteran leader Lando or something like that. Actually, probably it'd be General Calrissian. And if they got a Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, you know this, you haven't been too far removed from the game. Do you think the game needs another Millennium Falcon? Let's start there.
Just all Millennium Falcon team. There you go.
I mean, that's kind of what we're heading for here. Millennium Falcons, Chewies, and Hans, just everywhere. As many as we can get, rack up the Hans, Chewies, and Millennium Falcon. Yeah, Ranger, what do you think? Do you think we might get another Chewie and potentially another Millennium Falcon?
No, I think we're gonna get Poe, and then we'll have the new Finn, and I think that Rey and Kylo will be based off those new characters and a couple of the other ones, and we'll have to go like, you know, for Rey it'll be like the new Kylo, the new Poe with BB-8, C-3PO, something like that, that you have to use to get the new Rey. With your, I think you're going to need Jedi training Rey, and then First Order will be kind of like the same deal, and then you'll have to go in at a certain power level and get the characters. You know, it's interesting when we look at the Q&A and they say they're not going to create a panic farm with this. I don't know what they're talking about, because panic farm to them I think means something different than it means to us.
Right? It does.
You know, so because when you look at the new characters, you can't sit there and tell me these new marquee characters coming in from the movie are not going to be a part of getting Rey and Kyle. I'll be shocked if they're not needed, but I mean, I'm almost close to saying that they will be. And so
they almost said it. Their definition of panic farm is basically making sure we know which characters are needed well in advance. Not that we have access to farming them, but to them, it's more of giving us the notification, which in some way it does help us, but not for something like this, where we can kind of predict which characters are going to be needed for it to some extent, right? Well, we have 15 things that are needed. If we need 5, like some ships, and then all of the other Resistance characters basically count. So.
Well, it's disingenuous in its word scrabble, right? And it upsets me because it's like, the hell you're not going to create a panic farm, because we all damn well know that those marquee characters are going to be needed, and there's no way you're going to have enough time to get them. So don't sit there and tell me you're not creating a panic farm where it's like you have to make the decision to panic spend to get these characters. I don't know what they're talking about. I'd be interested to see what their definition of that is, because I just don't trust. We don't trust CG. They have not been. faithful on a lot of stuff that they've said in the past. So I don't take them at their word for it. We don't want to create a panic farm. Maybe if you leveled your characters and played your accounts past a certain level, you would kind of understand what the end game players goes through. And when you have these new characters come up, I mean, and CG's not stupid. So treating us like we're stupid really pisses me off because we can see through the lines and see what's happening. So, just say the character's coming out, and then that's it. We know Kylo and Rey are coming, but just leave it.
What happened to BB9, man?
I don't know.
I wondered about that the entire movie. Like, it looked like they were setting up for something epic in episode 8, right? Where BB9 is kind of like looking at this moving trash can, like he knows something is underneath it. And it seemed to be setting up this epic struggle of sorts between BB9E and BB8 in episode 9. And then he was only in like one little scene at the end or something like that. It was like, really?
It was probably cut from the movie for pacing issues.
I hope it's in the extended version because I really want to know more about BB9. He was a really cool looking droid. So I was really hoping that I would be able to see more of him, but I guess we'll have to see.
Apparently we need to get our volumes under control.
Oh, sorry. Am I messing up? Too loud?
I don't know whose volumes are messed up.
Hello? Which person are we talking about here whose volumes are not under control?
I'm assuming it's Grande.
Oh, sorry.
I think we're okay. I'm listening to the stream. I think we're okay. Sanely's a little quiet, but that's it. So volumes are fine. All right. So those are that, right? So what are some of the other characters that may get released as part of episode 9? We'll go open, not just necessarily Resistance, but also First Order. What are some newer characters that you guys think are going to be coming? Do you think a General Leia might come to the game here?
No.
She should.
Should and could and stuff.
I think that would be really cool, actually.
Yeah, but no. I think they're going to put the minimum amount of possible characters from that movie in. Rey and I mean, maybe a couple marquee more, but I think they're going to get through Rey and Kylo and they're moving on. Seriously, yeah. I think so.
I don't think there's as many as we think there are. I think they're going to do us like they did Solo movie, and we're not going to get as much as we should.
No, Solo movie came out with what? We got like 6 characters from Solo? Right? We got Kira, Nest, young Han, young Lando, L3, and Chewie. We did get 6 out of the Han movie. We got nothing dark side.
Yeah, but that was when they're going marquee crazy, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to go through
nothing dark side though in the Han.
We got nothing dark side from that, and there was a lot.
Oh yeah,
I'm still hoping for a Dryden
Stanley Trooper, right?
Yeah, we did get Stanley.
That's true. Yep. We did get the Stanley Trooper.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I forgot about Stanley Trooper. So he was our only dark side. We didn't get Dryden Voss. We didn't get the new.
Dryden would have been epic too, man, or the new Maul.
Yeah.
New Maul would have been nice. I mean, so we got 6 light side and 1 dark side.
L337, yeah.
Yeah, I said L3.
And 1 ship out of the whole deal.
So we got that. We had so many.
And it was another Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, another Millennium Falcon. Jesus. So I think they're not releasing that many characters.
Yeah, I think total of 6 characters and ships. 7 characters and ships, maybe. And
we already know 4 then, right? We know 4.
No,
we have 2 on each side.
We know 5.
Well, 6 if you include the new Rey and Kylo.
Right. So that's 6 characters from the movie.
Right. We have Hux. We have the Sith Trooper, and then we have Finn. We know about Poe, and then we have the new Rey and the new Kylo.
So we have 6. So we get 1 more and 1 ship, and we're done.
You really think it's going to be that little?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but it would be so
7,
sad.
Man. That's 7.
I know, but I would really like to see new, especially since we know with Lightside GOTB, we need to increase our GP so much.
Oh, man.
I would not be opposed to them releasing a lot of characters.
We need to increase ships GP like a ton. Everybody is going to get to the point where, I mean, eventually they're going to get to the point where you 3-star phase 1, 2, and 3, you 2-star phase 4, and you can't 3-star phase 4, not because everybody didn't 100% complete it, but because they just don't have the GP.
Yeah,
it's gonna be crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see the EP coming as well. So,
Yeah, I think Palpatine is coming with Rey and Kylo being needed for him in a similar way as Malik and Gas. But
what are we gonna call him? Claw Palpatine? I mean, is he gonna hang off a thing? And
well, which version? The one where he's hanging from a thing?
It'd probably be like Supreme Sith Palpatine or something like that.
Is it gonna be like a visible hand? I mean, what's it gonna be?
I don't know.
It's gonna be like Supreme Sith Palpatine or something like that.
That's true.
But there are so many characters. I would love to see Babu Frick.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways they can go with all the characters and stuff. They're just not going to do it. I mean,
I know.
Sorry.
BD1 is there.
We never got Scissor Hands. Remember Scissor Punch guy?
Yeah, no, Therm Scissor Punch. I don't know. He was promoted everywhere, and then we got Therm Scissor Punch. God.
All right. Well, let's get to some questions here.
All right, let's continue with the questions. We did want to talk a little bit about theory crafting, and we'll try to do some more of these kind of things with you guys. Just have those. Yeah, the one wheel green bot is BD1.
Oh, yeah, the one wheel, the new robot, the little teeny tiny
No, thank
guy.
you. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
No, thank you, guy. I like no, thank you, guy. Actually,
I felt bad. He was like a little abused droid. It made me kind of sad hearing him say that. Like somebody tried to pet him. It's like, no, thank you. No, thank you. Like, oh.
But then he's
droid.
like friends. And
Yeah. No, he became friends with BB-8 and then started to lighten up.
Dude,
there.
BB-8's like, these dudes are pretty cool, man. And they're like, hey, the other droid likes him, and the other droid likes him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, that freaking the little one wheel droid is on my kid's like Frosted Flakes box.
Oh, BD1 is the Fallen Order one.
Yeah.
Dio is the one in the movie. There we go. Okay, thank you guys. Yeah.
Dio is on the freaking. He's on like every Cheerios box right now.
Okay.
Yeah. I have to say, I was really sad when they erased 3PO's memory.
And I was really disappointed that Dio didn't start singing Holy Diver.
Okay, that's enough. Get to the questions. You're a holy diver.
Raider Nation question: what does the Resistance need to be meta since they accounted new mechanics coming?
I don't think so. I think they're going to be up there with one of the better teams, but I don't think they're going to be meta.
I think it's basically gonna be like Prepared, where they just pass it around.
I think it's going to be similar to that with Inspired, but I think it is going to be meta. I think when the new Rey comes out, I think First Order or not First Order, not First Order yet. I like First Order. First Order seems more PvE-ish to me. I think Resistance is going to be meta and take out all the teams once they start getting the inspired abilities and everything. Yeah, I'm
going to be one of those. It's going to be
Resistance.
like how Night Sisters used to be.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Where it's like,
I'm with Grande on this one.
Yeah.
Utah question: does Grande need a hug tonight?
Bro, I always need a hug.
Okay, enough of that.
Should ask my kids. They're like, Dad, you always like give hugs and stuff. Stop it. Yeah.
Apringo question: what happened to Mike Hunt? Did he retire?
We already answered that. No, he did not.
No, he's just been busy. He's still active.
Yeah, he's still active. He's just busy.
Yeah, his daughters and stuff are all growing up and stuff, and swear he's has a job, and that's driving him crazy. And yeah, now he hopped on a couple weeks ago on Jedi Academy.
It was last week, or the week before that. He was on.
Yeah. No, he's good. He's still playing and everything. He's actually, I think, said he was gonna try and start getting some more
content and stuff like
some
that.
content and stuff out too. So Mike is good.
Yeah, he's good.
Qui-Gon Jinn. Question: what is the best non-Grievous counter to Negotiator? It's just Ian has a video on Thrawn, TIE Fighter, Poe, and TIE Silencer that I'm thinking of working on while I wait for my Negotiator.
I mean,
the ones that climb an arena are all Akbar leads. But I'm not saying you can't somehow cheese it in GAC or you can't somehow cheese it in TW, but the ones that consistently climb an arena are Akbar leads.
There is a different mechanic to how you use it, so you do have to get used to Akbar, especially if you face Malevolence or Negotiator. As long as you figure out the sequence, yeah. Akbars are still good.
Yep. All right, next question.
I got guys that have malevolence and run Akbar still in Arena.
At Baringo, question: what happened to the lore videos? I know about the Eternal Twins one coming, but why have they stopped?
Well, that's if we hit the donation goal. But I mean, I did a bunch of them, but they didn't get a lot of views. I mean, a lot of people like them, and I have a bunch ready to go that I could do. But some other things too was time constraint. It takes a lot of work to do those, to get all the information and stuff that you want to put together. So, I mean, if
I have an idea for you, Ranger. We'll talk about it offline with the lore stuff.
Okay.
Skywalker Vader, question for the next GAC. Do we know if it's 3v3 or 5v5 with ships? Thanks, guys.
I believe it is 3v3 without ships.
Is it?
I think it's 3v3 without ships. I think they're just going through the same cycle we had before. So it was 5v5, 5v5 with ships, 3v3 with ships, and now 3v3 without ships.
Well, didn't we
I
have one
believe
before?
it's the sequence.
Didn't we have one before without ships? 3v3 without ships? We had one already.
I don't think we had 3v3 without ships.
Yeah, I think we did, because I had to play as
This was the first 3v3, wasn't it?
No, this
I'm pretty sure this was the first.
Second one, but
The second 3v3, I know for sure.
Are you sure? Because I haven't played any 3v3.
Well, since you don't really participate, it's hard for you to know.
Well, that's why I know.
I got to tell you, I'm with Ranger on this. This is the second round of 3v3.
Yeah, so that was the second one. So it'll be a third one. I think they're going back.
Diglett says the second one.
Yeah, so there you go.
When did we do the first one? Was it just before this one?
Yeah, back to back.
And both of them.
Isn't that when I got Kyber?
Yeah.
I didn't get Kyber in 3v3, did I?
Yes, you did.
No, this was the first 3v3.
Was it?
It's not the second, it's the first. Because I went to Carbonite because it was 3v3.
Well, all I gotta say is if we do 3v3 again,
see, they're saying it in chat. Zigglet, I think, is incorrect.
I'm probably gonna go Carbonite if this is like 3v3 again.
The one before that was 5v5 with ships, and nobody really cared for that.
Yeah, that's true. All right, not that I really care.
This one should be 3v3. Just 3v3 without
another
ships.
3v3. I think it's Finn's turn to do all the 3v3 battles. I'll go for Frozen and Carbonite.
Me too. I'm with Ranger on this one.
John
Don't you have to get Carbonite once, and then you have to get the other one once?
I don't know. I've gotten Kyber.
What's the one higher than Carbonite?
Erodium, is it?
Yeah, I've never gotten Erodium.
I'm not bothering with the other ones. The titles aren't as fun.
Oh, man.
All right, next question there, Stanley.
John Moran, question: can you close caption Grande reading off the shoutout names?
We can do that next time. I don't know what you're expecting, but it could be horrifying.
Could be.
Closed captioned RSG. That's just yeah. All right. Next one.
Darkside Ranger J 1999 question: relics have made it exceedingly difficult for me to personally to keep up in this game, and I am wondering if this is a sentiment shared by anyone else on the panel.
Yes. You try to going up against G13 Relic when you're not G13 Relic is really hard without good mods, and you either have to join the crew and go in on G13, or you have to become really good with mods.
Who asked that question insanely?
Dark Ranger.
Yep.
Dark Ranger?
Yeah,
Darkside Ranger J 1999.
Oh, Darkside Ranger J 1999. Okay. So this is the answer that I make sure that I tell everyone. If you are free to play, do not concern yourself with relics and Gear 13 all that much. If you are worried about getting your entire top end of your roster, Gear 13 and Relic, keep in mind that matchups in GAC are based on your top 80 GP. Relicing characters puts you up into the higher brackets for those matchups. You can be Division 1, but still get different matchups. We've done it before. Like, you can compare my roster to Ranger's roster. If my roster, I think, has more GP, if we faced off, Ranger would probably kill me because he has a lot more relics at the top. Meanwhile, I have more GP.
Relic 7ing is like crazy. I get like 6K GP from a Relic 7. I'm like, oh, we're going to do that real sparing. Like, just these 4 guys are going to be Relic 7s.
Yeah. You do not need to Relic out for PvP except for your arena team.
Right.
You have to Relic out only teams for your main arena squad, and then for any PvE content, which you are really trying to push. So Lightside GOTB may be a little bit off to the side here because Lightside GOTB is just so ridiculously difficult. You may not necessarily want to focus on that. Darkside GOTB makes a little more sense.
I've been able to do Darkside GOTB and finish all the special missions and do really well on my combat missions. And I have 0 characters on that dark side except for Malik at Relic 7.
Mm-hmm. So just remember,
Relic 6 and Relic 5.
It's a change in mentality for free-to-play players with where this game is and how much they progressed it with the release of Gear 13 and Relic so close to each other. Free-to-play should not be looking at Relic 7 and thinking that's where they need to hit, because that's when you are a free-to-play playing a pay-to-plays game and you are going to lose.
And Relic 3 and move on.
You don't even need to Relic is my point. You can bottom fluff and get more to Gear 12 and Gear 11. And if you keep your top 80 GP pretty much stagnant, the rest of your roster, if it's close to it, like I only have about like 7 characters Relic at all. And one of those, 2 of those are Jedi Consular and Rose. Just saying, those are contributing to my roster, but I only have about 7 Relic characters. And I'm working on the ones that I need for special missions and for the missions in Darkside GOTB. But my matchups in GAC are hugely easier than what Grande is facing and what Ranger is facing. The only thing you need are relics on your main arena because GAC is based on your top 80.
If you're going for Fleet, I got to tell you, I
and Fleet, yes. Fleet's good too.
I Relic 7 5s, and let me tell you, it made a huge difference when I Relic 7 5 versus Relic 5.
Yep. I think Fleet is a good one too. So your main arena team, your Fleet pilots.
I probably stopped dropping by 10 spots just by Relicing 7 5s.
Yeah.
All right.
So so that's the main thing I would tell anyone that's a free to play. If you're pay to play, right, then obviously you're going to find it more difficult with relics and you're going to hit that wall because you're going to try and keep trying to get more and more to relics. And if they're not relics because of your matchup, they're going to be semi-useless.
If
you're pay to play, take your time and bottom fluff.
Here's the other thing too: is everybody is going up against people. I mean, if you're at the high end, you're going up against people who have more crap than you. Still, I mean, I go up against people that have more crap than me, or have better mods than me. It's a fallacy to think that if you sunk $4 or $5 grand and you were able to get up higher, all of a sudden you'd win everything. No, you just go up against people who are a little bit higher than you. And according to GG, there's only like 400, 500, 600 people higher than me. It doesn't matter. I still fight people that are higher than me, and it sucks.
And ultimately, it all comes down to mods anyways. You can have all the gear you want, but if your mods are not up to where you need them to be, you're going to be having a hard time. And that's the unfortunate thing that a lot of the new Krakens are going to face. You can have a day 1 Kraken who just spends and maxes out his entire roster, and a veteran player that is a Kraken and has his entire roster maxed out. The newer player is not going to have anywhere near the mods as the veteran player, and the newer player is going to lose despite having the same relics and stuff. So mods is like a game aside from the gear game, and if your mod game is not keeping up with your gear game, you're going to lose even more as you try to push your gear.
All right, next question.
RSG Vormex question. Wow, never thought Finity was so damn hot.
Yeah,
chick.
It's not right.
That was mildly awkward. Yeah. Okay.
Ouchie Dumpling question. Would Julie Andrews be interested in starting one of those ASMR makeup tips streams?
No,
I will ask her. I will ask her and let you know.
Helenix question. Would Julie Andrews be willing to date my friend Finity? Can't quite put my finger on it, but I feel like they might have a lot in common.
Yeah, it's weird.
It might be because she was wearing the same pork shirt as I was wearing.
Yeah, that's what it was.
She likes porks too.
Okay.
That might be why you thought that.
Twinsies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ouchie Dumpling question: does Julie Andrews have any weird hang-ups about certain words like moist?
Her only hang-up is apparently Grande calling her Julia Child.
Yeah.
That's right.
She does not like Grande right now.
I have a way with the ladies.
And it's not a good one. All right, next question.
Dr. Feelgood question: now that we've seen Julia Childs, does that correlate to the word of the day?
Julia Child.
We did not see Julia Childs, and now you're on the shit list.
I love that. I love that.
Utah question: did Finn forget to take his meds again?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Next question.
Darth Hideous question: shut up, Finn.
Okay, there you go.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew that was coming.
RSG Vormax question: nominated the best RSG moment of all time, with number 1 being butt sock moment, 2 being menstrual red dragon, 3 being may the catapult be with you, 4 chicken chaser grande, 5 grande's near perfect French, and 6 Julia Finn cutie.
God. So many funny moments.
I can't talk about the Julia one because since I was doing it, I couldn't participate in the laughter quite a bit.
No.
So to me, it's still butt sock.
Yeah,
but I obviously am a little skewed on one of those responses.
Yeah. All right.
Because for me, that one was planned, obviously.
Yes.
The butt sock was not planned, despite me being the one that did it. The butt sock was not intended.
It totally seemed planned. I mean, it was just
not.
I wish I could say it was, but it was not. I literally thought that's what Ranger said. I put it down. I'm like, oh, it's socking them with the butt of a gun. And no, it's not what it is at all.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, this makes perfect sense. Okay, butt sock smash. Okay. You sock them with the butt of the gun. Yeah, I can see that as being a good ability. Like, no,
Jesus.
nope.
No.
That's not what it is at all.
Nope. Okay, next.
Jason Krulik question: Resistance Hero Finn's kit seems to indicate it could be a counter to Darth Revan. Do you think that will pan out?
Yes, I do.
I don't.
I think it's going to be the new meta, so yes.
I don't think so.
Minato Namikaze question: will the new Rey summon Ben Solo on the 6th spot? And will the new Kylo summon a Sith Rey on the 6th spot?
It'd be cool.
Surprised we haven't gotten another summoner for First Order and for. You know what they might do? We've talked about this before. They might summon each other.
Yeah. They might summon it from your roster too. So if you don't have it leveled up, then you're not going to get it.
Yeah, so it's like you don't get it as good if you can't summon it the other way.
Yeah. So again, we're well beyond the spoiler thing, so we're just gonna talk about it. We already have a lot, but just as a reminder. I don't think we're getting a Sith Rey. As cool as Sith Rey was, it was kind of an illusion, right, that she had. So we're not gonna get a Sith Rey, despite how being awesome it is.
That would be insane though if he summoned Sith Rey and she summoned Ben Solo.
Yeah, they already said we're not getting Ben Solo effectively in the Q&A, so I think it's just going to be the two. I think it's going to be Supreme Leader Kylo, and I don't know what they're going to call this Rey. It might just be Jedi Rey, since we have Jedi Training Rey right now. The next evolution might just be Jedi Master Rey, or I don't know what you would call her.
Yeah,
you wouldn't call her a Master, right? Ranger, what would you call her with where she is
hero,
in her training?
Galactic
Oh
hero.
God, please don't call her Resistance Hero Rey. That would just be awful. But in her Jedi training, what would be an appropriate title for her?
Apprentice?
She's kind of beyond an apprentice, right? Especially after Leia passes.
I don't know. She's not Grand Master, though.
Hey,
She's not a Grand Master.
We got PewDiePie in the channel.
It's not the same one.
PewDiePie.
It's I mean, she's not a master, right? She's not an apprentice.
PewDiePie.
It might just be straight. I don't think it's going to be Rey Skywalker, because Rey Skywalker will probably be introduced at the same time as Ben Solo because of where they are in the progression of the movie.
Who knows, man?
So I don't think it's going to be Rey Skywalker. It might be, but my guess is that it's not going to be Rey Skywalker.
I don't think so. It's
Rey Skywalker also uses a yellow lightsaber. I don't think we're getting the yellow
we're
saber.
I think we're getting the version. Listen, we're not getting it. They're not getting it.
We're not, dude.
Yeah. I think it's just going to be Jedi Rey.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Jedi Rey. There you go. All right. Next.
What if they call her Rey Palpatine?
Next question, please.
Well, we got a super chat from Minato Namikaze, $2. Right, because CG have never lied to us before.
No, they never have. No.
Never.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-mm.
RSG Vormax, question, what if new Kylo and Rey have synergy between them that will allow them to use both of their respective leader abilities and benefit each other?
They're not.
Yeah,
they're not going to get to that version of those two characters.
No, but it would be cool, but I don't think we're going to see that.
We're not going to see that. So
I think we're going to see the summoning of them, though. I really like that idea.
I like the idea, too.
I like the idea of the summoning, but I just don't know if we're going to see it or
They're
not.
not going to do that.
The thing is, though, here's the deal. How do you beat a Geo squad with 6-on-5, and how do you beat Gas, which is 6-on-5? You either have to make the character super OP, or you have to summon into the 6th spot.
Well, maybe
5v.
Traya can beat Geos with 3, right?
Right.
We can add stuff to their kit that makes it so all the attacks out of turn are damaging to them, or something, right? Or just prevent attacks out of turn.
Beating Gas is a little tough, man.
Yeah, no, it will be. So, and that's why a lot of people don't think, and I think this is the same thinking as Rangers, why it's not going to be meta, because it's hard to combat that kit with what it looks like. But I still think it is going to be a counter to Gas somehow once you get all of the inspired rolling on these characters. So.
Or a Rey's ability to res resistance.
Well, she doesn't. I guess she technically does at the end.
Here, let me res you so I can die. No,
he never really reses, does she? She always
heals.
heals.
So I can die. Okay. No, wait. No backsies. I'm going to res you so I can die.
All right, next question.
What if they just kept hot potatoing each other over and over again?
And time out the match.
This time it's for real. No backsies. I'm going to res and you die.
Next question.
All right, next question.
John Moran, question, is it worth gearing up any of the old Resistance or First Order characters anymore?
Yes.
Probably as prereqs for the new stuff, but we don't know yet.
We don't know.
So,
I mean, but we've seen it.
I take them to 12 and I wouldn't go any further than that for the moment.
They're not bad tunes, but if you want to wait, that's fine. But you probably will need to gear them up for the new ones once we get the requirements.
Yeah.
23K GP, baby.
All right. Next question.
Minato Namikaze, question, can CG Viking answer my super chat? And his super chat from before was, can CG Viking comment on what just happened?
I guess. Not tonight. We'll do it another night.
Not tonight. That'll be funny.
God, I don't have it all set up, so no. But we'll keep that in mind, brother. No. Oh my God.
Nobunaga or Nobunaga. Nobunaga. There we go. Question: could land vehicles provide the needed GP boost to make light side GOTB easier?
What land?
Maybe.
No.
The problem is that they're going to have to calculate them as like ships. They'd have to like redo it, and instead of it being ships GP, it'd have to be like
vehicles GP or something like that.
and include ships and vehicles together.
And which is why I think no, that would. So if they did that right, that would also throw off Fleet Arena.
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
I don't think they're going to be able to do that. There's too much complication with trying to introduce a different type. Can you imagine if we had
fix ships, man? They still need to add more ships and fix ships. And we're talking about how awesome ground vehicles would be.
I mean, this would lead to what we've been joking about, where if they did introduce like ground vehicles, right, as ships, quote unquote, Ewok gliders and pod racers could be fighting in space and attacking.
At this point, nobody walks everywhere except for Old Ben, right? In this game, but heck, you'd end up with Old Ben and freaking farm boy Luke in a freaking speeder, right? At the beginning.
Yeah, the land vehicle stuff is a neat concept, but I'm
There's
kind of
so much
hoping
that
that
could go
they
wrong.
don't.
Kenner couldn't get it right. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
it's not just that, right? We've seen what they've done with ships. Ships feels almost abandoned
It
to
does.
some extent, right? I don't see why their thought process is to introduce a new like vehicle, a new type of gameplay, when the last time they've introduced something like that, it just feels like orphaned where it is. Like there's no end point necessarily with ships. And they're literally forcing it into all these different areas. So I'm kind of hoping that
I'm trying to hoping they fix their game before they start introducing new crap like that. Let's get the game.
I mean, I got to tell you,
they need to do
feel
more
like
with ships first.
Yeah, land vehicles needs to be like way down the road.
Yeah, not on the horizon right now. All right, next question.
What else? 73 question: would you do more lore videos for 2 Scooby snacks?
No.
Wait, I have an idea for the lore videos. Just be on the lookout for them. I have an idea that Ranger might like.
John Moran question: who are the most important characters to Relic?
Ooh.
Well, your arena team for one.
Arena team for sure.
But I don't think it's your full arena team.
No, so
Malik.
say you're doing Darth Revan, then you want Darth Revan, Bastila, and Malik at least. Those.
I would just say Malik minimum.
No.
The other ones I would get to gear 13 to get all the right side 12 pieces and just get that boost of everything. The relics are nice for them, but they don't really get the speed boost. If you can get the speed advantage,
is a
then
monster,
you get.
Man.
I'm not saying they're all good with their relics. I'm not saying she's
but
not.
I'm not saying you're
beast.
taking a relic 7, but you can I don't run.
But Malik's survival tends to be what really determines most of these. It's the mods and speed on Revan and Bastila, and the survival on your Malik. It's not that I don't think if your Darth Revan is your team, right? We always say your arena team should be. So Revan and Fallen Bastila, Malik, you'd probably all want relic on them, potentially Sith Trooper and
I wouldn't say
HK
Sith
as well, but I would put those much lower.
I would say
HK is Sith Trooper. Marauder, yes.
Marauder.
Marauder, yes, because Marauder will just
Marauder and HK hit way harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Padme, you mean Padme is a good team that you can get relic, but the last one you can do, I mean,
and that one is Anakin.
But I would say it's Anakin. It's Anakin Grievous. Anakin Grievous and Kenobi.
Yeah, those are all really good relics. So it just depends on the team you're running. So.
I would also say Grandmaster Yoda and Han would be on that list.
I would say 5s.
All the clones are just stupid with their relics. So, but again, that's if you're running gas or you're running a clone team. So it just depends on what you're running and stuff like that. So just some ideas.
But I would say you can be careful and selective with relics.
You can.
You don't need to. GBA is another great one.
And start with your top teams. You know, the teams at the top that you know you're going to do a lot with before you go.
But for example, that's usually there's 1 or 2 characters in a squad that you need, right? Yeah. And then here's the deal: nobody needs to run out and relic Poggle. Just don't run. I mean, look. I mean, you want to relic GBA, you want to relic Sunfac, you want to relic Spy, you want to run it Geo Soldier. Great. You could literally leave Pog on the back burner.
Yeah.
All right.
I've beat the dark side events, both the Wat Tambor one and the Dooku one and the freaking the one with the what's it called? The one in phase 2 with no Poggle. You don't need Poggle. Get him to G12.
Oh, the Acklay one you're talking about?
Acklay, thank you.
Yeah, each team had it's exactly what Grande said. It's each team and knowing which characters are really important to get to do a specific thing on that. That's kind of why I would suggest like Han and Grandmaster Yoda potentially a little bit later, depending on when you're working on those teams. Because the Jedi Knight Revan team is really dependent on Grandmaster Yoda getting out a ton of damage and trying to burn down someone like Jolie on the opposite team. If you're doing a mirror match, or even if you're using them against a Grievous, right? You have to burn down Grievous quickly. If your Grandmaster Yoda is not hitting hard, that team is just going to die.
But I would say once you get, but again, not Relic 7, Relic 2, Relic 3, Relic 4 is fine.
Yeah, depending on what you're doing with them. Yeah.
Here's, every time you Relic 7 a character, you're basically saying, I'm going to Relic 7 this character, and I'm not going to even Relic at all another character.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say you just just let you can getting a character to Relic 4, Relic 3, Relic 5 is good enough most of the time.
Yeah.
All right.
It doesn't need to be Relic 7 or nothing. Get them, limp them along in there a little bit. It's okay.
Kazakage, too easy. Question: Can Grande tell us the tragedy of Darth Chicken the Wise? It's not a story CG would tell you.
It is definitely not a story CG would tell you. Infinity posted a video in general chat like last week about somebody talking about hypnotizing the guy that's in the Mandalore, the Empire guy from Mandalore, talking about hypnotizing chickens. I was like, where did you find that, Infinity?
Was it me that posted that?
I thought it was you. Maybe it was Ouchie.
I don't think I think it was Ouchie. I don't think that was me.
All right.
I'm pretty sure it's Ouchie. Yeah, Werner. I just found it. Werner Herzog talking about the chickens.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Ouchie Dumpling, question: Do you want to show the community my Dooku? He's not quite done yet. And
All
then
right.
she shared her ally code.
What's the ally? Give me a second. What's the ally?
If you guys are not familiar with what Ouchie
I'll
is
find
talking
it. Hold
about,
on.
Ouchie put up her Dooku. There was a challenge where Ouchie would gear 12 and Zeta for Count Dooku.
Wait, no gear 13 yet?
No. Hers was just gear 12 because hers was gear like 1, not even 7-star. That's why the challenge was what it was. So it was a gear 12 with a Zeta. Ouchie is making progress here. The Ranger's showing it on the screen.
I'm looking.
There he is, gear 10.
And it was a $200 challenge that got filled up within like 5 seconds by Battle Maurice.
By Battle Maurice.
Who has upset the Ouchie. Ouchie is not very happy with
Dooku's a good character, man.
He is, but yeah.
Oh, look, I'm spinning him around, Ouchie. Ooh, spinny, Ouchie.
So we're watching the progress on Count Dooku. He's currently gear 11 or gear 10, and he still needs his Zeta, but he's getting there. So
All right, next
she has him modded too. She has a 4-dot mod, but that's fine.
All right, next question.
Minato Namikaze question: Why are you guys showing Ouchie's Dooku? She said that she did it for good on Maurice and didn't even want to stream her gearing him up.
Because that's what we do. Get over it. Next question.
John Moran, lore videos by Julie?
No.
Julie and CG Sven do.
I feel like Julie might need some restraining orders after this stream from some of the people in chat.
That's freaking hilarious.
All right, next question.
Scooby question: What about 3 Scooby snacks?
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Kazakage, too easy. Question: Will Jedi Masters beside Revan or Grandmaster Yoda ever be relevant?
In Lightside GOTB, the ones that have the Galactic Republic tag will be.
They suck.
I mean, they suck, but you'll end up using them there.
They sucky.
I got to tell you, I think you're going to end up with a lot of people with a Relic Plo Koon.
All right.
So, in order to get through Lightside GOTB.
All right.
Durgan question: When can I play Human Fall Flat with Miss Julie?
Oh God! All right, next.
That will be next.
That'll be a Santa Durgan thing.
Yeah, that'll actually be next Saturday. I don't know if you'll play with Julie, but we'll play Human Fall Flat next Saturday. That's the 25th.
Okay.
Ouchie Dumpling question: Can you please warn Julie about unsolicited dick pics? It happens sometimes with us lady gamers.
Tell Julie about that.
I will make sure she knows. Yeah, she's a little bit worried about some of the reaction coming in chat right now.
Yeah. So, all right. So I think that's all the questions.
I think so.
Yep.
Okay. now we can close it up. And I just want to say, first, we want to shout out and thank all of our gold VIP folks, these wonderful folks. Appreciate all our VIPs, people that donate, support us through Patreon, things of that nature. But these folks give a little bit more, and we just want to say thank you to all you guys. We really couldn't do it without you. So thank you so much. We just want to make sure your names are highlighted. We're just doing a little bit more to keep us going and keep the stream and the content going. So thank you to all these people.
Something
Yes.
else
What?
for the gold VIPs.
Yes, go ahead.
Make sure you guys go onto the Discord into the gold VIP channel. As soon as the stream is done, we're doing a test stream of a different game that we're hoping to stream, and we're doing it with all of the gold VIPs. It's a fun interactive game, so hopefully you guys will like it and whatnot. So head on to the gold VIP Discord. There is a link for the video there, and you guys can join pretty much right after this stream is concluded.
There you go. All right. And with that, we're going to call this one done. You can check out all of the information on the screen. You can see when we stream live. We do it during the week for the lunch stream, the Wednesday stream, and also the Jedi Academy. We also do D&D on Sundays. We play other games throughout the weeks on different channels, whether it's here on YouTube or Twitch. You can follow us on Twitter. All that stuff's linked down below in the description. You can find all the links there. So yes, if you can stop what you're doing, give us a thumbs up before you head out. That would be much appreciated. Comment, spread the word, share it with the other folks that you know that love Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. New subscribers are always good, always great. So on behalf of myself and the crew, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. It was awesome. Enjoy, leave comments. And with that, we're going to say goodnight. Be safe, and we will holler at you later.